I chose the song Film the Police by B. Dolan because it's a song about the reality of policing today in America and the importance of filming the police to expose not only the bad actions of the police but also the good things that police do in this modern day idea of police, and that, oh, the police are bad and you can't trust them and whatnot. Filming the police is an excellent way to get evidence across or your point across, and this song is all about police abuse and the idea of filming the police so we can take a stand and stop police brutality, as well as acknowledge the good that police officers do. In the first verse, he states, "Film the police, run a tape for the underclass, get the face, name, and number of the badge, react accordingly, and capture all that we see." I think filming the police, especially today with all the racial differences in the beatings or the police misconduct, I think it should be mandatory. I know a lot of cops have dashboard cams, but a lot of the arrests or encounters with the police aren't directly in front of the cop car. It could be on the side, or it could be out of view of what is filmed and what is not. A lot of people have lost trust in the police officers of this country, and I think it's important to film not only police misconduct, but also police doing good and doing right, to let people know that there are still good cops out there. Another verse states, "A nightstick, zip ties, and taser, they think they're licensed for this behavior." That lyric stood out to me because I think in a way cops do get power trips and do have that badge and want that authority. And although they are authorized to use tasers and nightsticks and even their guns, I think sometimes they take their abuse of power a little too far. It does show the power trip of a modern day cop, just having that ability to probably beat or be excessive with somebody, but feel that they have the right to do it because they're an officer of the law. On a public sidewalk, you can tape what you see, which is true. It's perfectly legal to pull out your smartphone or whatever recording device and record not only your interaction with the police, but somebody else's. It's just important in this day with all this stuff going on right now in America involving policing that we do film it, and that way we do have hardcore proof evidence of whatever that may be, of excessive force, of inappropriate conduct, or even a cop doing something good. Rarely do we see a video of a cop helping out a homeless man or helping out a man of different color, different race than him, because that seems to be a huge issue right now. Harassing with batons, pulling out Glocks, they stop lawful protesters and let off shots. This goes perfectly with what's going on right now across the country with all the I can't breathe or hands up, don't shoot riots and marches and whatnot. It just goes perfectly with the way the cops are still even handling all the protests due to the Michael Brown shooting and the failure of justice in the Eric Gardner case. You've got a weapon in your pocket whether you know it or not. That lyric also, I felt, pertained to the previous one. A lot of the shootings in modern day, cops say, oh, he was going for something or he reached in his pocket. But how can you be sure that what he's going for is a gun or is a weapon or something that's going to hurt you, or even if he's going for it? This is another perfect statement for police claiming that they thought it was a weapon. For example, the recent case of the 12-year-old Tamir Rice, who was shot over pulling out a toy gun, which is a horrible, tragic case, and it is a toy gun, could be mistaken for a real gun. But I also do think that police could take different procedures in modern day when it comes to just point and shoot. It's like, maybe have a fully understanding of what is actually in that person's hand or in that person's pocket. For instance, the case of Amadou Diallo, which was shot over pulling out his black wallet. He was shot to death and killed. He was just pulling his wallet out of his pocket, and the shooting officer claimed that he was pulling out a weapon. In the second verse, it talks about filming that police should be a priority so we can expose police abuse of their authority. Which, with all the videos surfing now in modern day polices of police physically beating a suspect or illegally searching a suspect or using excessive force on a suspect, it's just you never know. And so it is a good thing to film, because then you can go over that film and then determine what was right from wrong, and what was the truth and what was a lie, and who needs to be punished and who doesn't. It also states that the cops are watching us, but who is watching them? I believe that now, in modern day policing, that the cops do need to be watched themselves. Because you can never tell, like, a cop is easily corrupt, or a cop is easily able to use that force and just hide behind the badge. And even though a man or a woman carries a badge, doesn't necessarily mean that they're there to protect and do the right thing. The lyric of the democratic law that has been flawed since the Pilgrims landed. Police misconduct, corruption, and abuse has always been around since authority was formed. For instance, in the earlier days, police being bribed, or police being killed, or letting things slip, letting things go. Police being involved with prostitution and extortion, and all sorts of that. Police misconduct. Policing has always been like this. It's just with the technological advances and the more the race war and whatnot, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. The lyric, next time you see the boys in blue, you cock your camera back, point and shoot. I think this is a strong statement for more and more people to film what they see, to try to, everyone's talking about protesting and rioting and marching and whatnot, but I think it is important to pull that camera out and get that concrete evidence, because if people want to take a stand towards these police officers and get these police officers who are corrupt or who are wrong or who shouldn't be a police officer off the streets. In the third verse, it continued to talk about the importance of capturing and understanding when a police officer is out of line, and awareness it can bring, in hopes of just eliminating police abuse. Like, police are there to protect and serve, and police are there to maintain order. And if the people apparently trying to maintain order are the ones causing the chaos and disorder, then there's really no way to solve it. This song states the importance of filming the police due to the ongoing issue of misconduct today, especially with everything that's happening today with it usually ends up he said, she said. For instance, the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman case. It was pretty much his word versus the evidence and what he thought he was being attacked, and there was no real evidence, and he got away with murder. And with the recent failure to provide justice for victims, policing today has turned into cops on power trips, abusing their power, and it's important for everyone to know the dangers of an encounter with a police officer. However, there is still good in the police officer field and in the community. But, however, I do feel like the bad is overshadowing the good in the police community, and that's making it harder for people to want to contact the police or reach out to them, because A, they don't know if something's going to turn on them, if they'll even get help, or if it's even worth it. Songs like Film the Police and many others have been recorded for listeners to be prepared, but not only to take action, but also understand the side of policing, the corrupt side, the abuse of power, But also, people need to know that there is good in the world. Most of the songs, when I was searching for them, were about police misconduct. For instance, F the Police by NWA, or songs by rappers and even song like Oxford Town by Bob Dylan. All those songs came about from certain incidents. A lot of the songs that are on today are for the Ferguson. A lot of songs in back of the day were sprouted from police shooting of innocent people. And I think the more we expose this and get those officers out of duty and replace them with good procedure following officers, then a lot of these innocent killings and a lot of this racial tension between either white cops and black victims, or black cops and white victims, I think the cops just need to do their job. And more songs are going to come about this. And probably more and more things are going to happen. So I think that in order to make this right, both sides of the law enforcement and all these songs need to be heard, and they need to be played. I thank you.